Hello, I'm Paul Rutledge with Campus Cloud Services. I want to thank you for taking time watching this recording today. The focus of this video is to provide an overview of our student information systems and to drill more specifically into common pain points experienced by administrators when using technology in their professional lives. From our experience in meeting with prospective clients, we've identified four priority areas of concern administrators need to focus on when evaluating SIS technology solutions. These are ease of use. It's an important for long-term administrative effectiveness. Documentation. This is a multifaceted concern because in discussions, we perceive this point to be more about the system as a repository of physical documents, plus all administrative actions between the student and administration in the complete student life cycle from first contact to graduation. Connectivity. This relates to how the SIS as a hub connects with all other present or future applications, whether it's a third-party learning management solution or accessing the Department of Education COD website. Reporting, of course, is the major concern and most challenging with the ever-changing regulatory environment, whether it's state, accreditation, or federal. Reporting is the key to management effectiveness. This is part one of the documentation process, which we believe an SIS needs to support in the enrollment stage of onboarding a new student. There are three capabilities I'm going to drill into. First, how do you log activity with that student? Interactions and activity. Second is document management and a paperless storage manager, including the third point, e-form creation to either put or collect information in the enrollment process. These are the three important capabilities we're going to try and highlight in this video. First is the logging activity. The system has the ability to click to email or text students directly from in the system. You can even click to dial. We use a third-party integration with Twilio to accomplish text messaging, click to dial. There's another feature. There's a tool called Communication Plan. This feature is great because you can create a series of templated emails, texts, and tasks that are student status related. So let's say you have a new applicant. You might have a series of messages that you want to automatically be cycled to that, or a workflow that you want to work to work that prospective student into an enrollment. Okay, you change the contact status to an applicant, and it will automatically apply the communication plan for that student until they say the secret phrase "I want to enroll," and then you can change their status to a admitted student, and then it will take out the actual tasks that might not have been completed, and it'll apply a whole new series of tasks.
And those can be automatic. So for instance, text messages and emails the system can automatically send them out for you based upon a time frame. So you can set in your communication plan, gee, on day one, I want this text to go. On day 3, I want an email. And on day 7, I want to remind myself to call that student back and so forth. And you can put appointments on their calendar. But that communication, what we call a communication plan and events, can be set up throughout the system, whether it's admissions, whether it's AR, whether it's financial aid, but those are all driven by student status and status within the individual modules. So we don't have just one status in the system. And something we learned over the years is that, different departments have different types of statuses. So admissions has a status, financial aid has a status, academic records has a status, the accounts receivable has a status, and those all are driven in the system up to a single enrollment status. But those statuses trigger those communication plans throughout the system. For instance, you could have a past due status in accounting, and then it would send out reminders, letters, text messages, or whatever based upon that student being past due.
Let's talk about the second topic on this slide is document management. A frequent question is can we handle electronic document management? I've seen a lot of people coming to me. They're using third-party document management tools to go paperless. Our system has it embedded in the system. So documents can be submitted to you. You can review them. You can assign specific labels to them so that you can keep track of all of your compliance-related documents electronically, and you can access them within the student record. Another great tool is something called checklists. So based upon your enrollment, you might have certain documents that you need for, let's say, an accounting program that you may not need for a medical program. You may have different documents you need for a medical program than you need for the accounting or business major. So these checklists can be created to track documents and requirements for enrolling that student in that specific program.
And also we use simple tools to build those documents. And Paul will talk about that in a minute, but you have the ability to push those documents to the student so the student can see them in the portal and then complete those documents in the portal as well, including signatures, filling out fields. We use Adobe Acrobat Pro for that tool, and it embeds you can embed the database fields right into those documents. So when that document gets pushed to the student, it has their name and address or what information you need. You can send them a past due document, or I don't know if I would do that. I'd probably send them a past due email, but you can embed that data right in there. And if there's things that are missing, those fields will be open in the Adobe document for them to complete.
Great example of that was we had a school that was a medical program, and they would get uniforms for the students, scrubbed uniforms for the students to come in. So, for their next semester or class start, we created for them a scrubs ordering sheet that was pushed out to the students as part of the enrollment process that then captured what sizes they needed, and a report was easily created to make sure that you had enough small, mediums, and larges for those students as part of on their first day of class. So, it's a great tool that can allow you to collect information that you may need for your process. Another key point is, and Dan mentioned this, but it includes e-signature within the system. And so any data that's in the system, and we'll talk about this later when we talk about connections, being able to send to them a document that you can e-sign and capture back. You don't need to do it through, let's say, DocuSign or a third-party application. Can save you a lot of money in that as well. We talked about these three things. Let me show you kind of where you would find this information. Within that actual student record, there's 3 tabs that talk to the documents, the checklists, and your admissions activities. They're all located from that student record. Very, very intuitive, very easy to access. You can click on the checklist or the document tab and drill into the documents however you need to see them. It's all available from that student record. And we could even build this into a summary report for, let's say, your class next semester or class start. Who's missing what documents. If they're chasing them to get their documents in, it's sometimes an indicator of whether they'll actually show for the first day of class. So, students that are fully completed in all their documents is a good report to have. I want to thank you for taking your time watching this video. I hope the topic was helpful to your thought process. If you'd like to schedule a further conversation or schedule a deeper dive demonstration of our capabilities, feel free to contact me by phone or email. Again, thanks for investing your time and have a great rest of the day.